Katt Williams just flipped the internet upside down after dropping wild claims about Beyonce and JayZ's dark secrets. He says Beyonce allegedly helped Jay cover up some ugly business, while DMX paid the price for refusing to bow down. DMX never kissed up to Jay, and that alone had Jay furious. So furious that he blackballed him just because he couldn't control him like the other rappers he kept in his pocket. Katt swears he saw it all unfold and even reached out to DMX, telling him he understood the pain. Just like X, Katt says he was punished and blackballed for refusing to join in on the industry's shady circles. That's when DMX's career started spiraling, right around the time Jay slid into Def Jam. And according to Jay's ex-best friend, Irv Gotti, none of this was an accident. Irv claims Jay personally went out of his way to crush DMX's career until there was barely anything left, pushing him into heavy substances just to cope with the pressure. That's cold. And here's the crazy part. JayZ and DMX weren't strangers at all. They actually knew each other before fame, back when they were both still grinding. But the moment Jay got crowned president at Def Jam, the jealousy hit. And that's when he allegedly started sabotaging X behind the scenes, all because he couldn't stand the competition. DMX had the whole rap industry in a chokehold. And I mean literally. He wasn't just hot, he was untouchable. 5 #1 albums in a row on the Billboard 200, dropping back-to-back like nobody else in hip-hop history had ever done before. Fans couldn't get enough, and the streets crowned him the king. But just as X was reaching his peak, JayZ stepped into Def Jam, and that's when everything flipped upside down. See, DMX wasn't shy about how he felt. He let it all out during a heated radio interview, calling Jay out directly. He said Jay used his new power at Def Jam to deliberately sabotage his career, holding back opportunities, blocking projects, and making sure the label wasn't giving X the same shine he earned. DMX made it clear, Jay wasn't playing fair, and the beef was real. And the receipts didn't stop there. Irv Gotti, Jay's own ex-best friend, backed up DMX's claims. According to Irv, Jay was flat out jealous. The most shocking part? Irv revealed there was a full joint album lined up with DMX, Ja Rule, and JayZ. That project could have been a legendary moment in hip-hop history, but Jay allegedly killed it out of spite. Why? Because DMX outshined him on every single song. Imagine being so threatened that you'd bury an entire album just to protect your ego. Jay's frosty attitude toward DMX from the start set the tone for their entire relationship. Even when they appeared to work together later, insiders whispered the rivalry never cooled down. Behind the scenes, they were clashing constantly, throwing shade and trying to outmaneuver each other, right up until DMX's tragic death. And according to Irv, that unreleased album is still locked away, gathering dust, all because Jay couldn't handle being overshadowed by the dog. Some folks have gone so far as to claim that JayZ's jealousy toward DMX wasn't just about music. They allege it might have driven him to take X out completely. And the wildest part? People say Beyonce knows exactly what went down, but she's keeping her mouth shut to protect her man. I mean, that's her husband. So it wouldn't be shocking if she chose loyalty over truth, no matter how dark the rumors get. But here's where it gets even crazier. Whispers in the industry say Beyonce allegedly has her own skeletons too, and Jay is the one who helped her cover them up. Think back to Jaguar Wright, who's been blasting them for years. Jaguar accused JayZ and Beyonce of some truly twisted things, saying they were holding people hostage inside their home and putting them through torment. She even went as far as pointing the finger at them for the tragic death of Aaliyah and the passing of Jay's pregnant mistress, Kathy White. Those are accusations heavy enough to shake the entire industry. And then came the Beyonce clues. Fans started digging deep into her music and became convinced she was confessing through her art. One track in particular, Daughter, had people shook. In it, Beyonce drops lines that sound disturbingly like a crime scene description. She sings about your body laid out on these filthy floors, your blood stains on my custom couture, even mentioning a bathroom attendant who supposedly helped clean everything up. To many, it felt less like lyrics and more like a hidden confession slipped into a song. In Beyonce's song, the lyrics turned haunting. Let me write it in. She was a big fan. I really tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do. Fans couldn't believe their ears. To many, it sounded less like art and more like a coded confession, especially when connected to the sudden death of Kathy White, JayZ's alleged mistress, who was reportedly pregnant when she passed. The official story pinned Kathy's death on a brain aneurysm, but Jaguar Wright wasn't buying it. She boldly accused Jay and Beyonce of being involved. According to her, the power couple couldn't risk Kathy exposing the affair or the pregnancy. Jaguar even claimed Beyonce pushed Jay to act fast because she wasn't about to let another woman threaten her marriage or her empire. The whispers go as far as saying, if Jay didn't handle it, Beyonce would have taken matters into her own hands. That's how personal it was. But the mess doesn't stop there. Let's talk about DMX. The streets were already buzzing about the tension between him and Jay, and after X's death, the speculation exploded. Jay eventually had to step up and address the rumors, claiming that despite their drama, there was still love between him and X. But Irv Gotti told a completely different story. According to him, Jay's actions never showed love, only jealousy, sabotage, and calculated moves to keep X from shining too bright. And here's where Katt Williams jumps back in. Katt has been clear. He believes Jay had something to do with DMX's downfall. His reasoning? DMX was one of the few rappers who refused to suck up to Jay, refused to play the industry game, and refused to let Jay control him. And Katt swears that kind of defiance doesn't come without punishment in this business. In his eyes, X wasn't just blackballed, he was crushed for daring to stand tall against one of the most powerful names in hip-hop. If anyone knows what it feels like to have the industry turn on you for refusing to play the game, it's Katt Williams. He's been very open about how Hollywood tried to break him when he refused to sell his soul. Remember last year when Katt revealed that while filming Friday After Next, the producers pressured him to shoot a disturbing scene where his character was supposed to get assaulted by Terry Crews, all for laughs. Katt wasn't having it. He said he stood his ground and told Ice Cube and the producers straight up that he wasn't filming that garbage because there's nothing funny about something that traumatic. But making that decision came with a cost. Katt admitted it was a huge risk since Friday After Next was his first movie, and standing up to the producers made them label him difficult and demanding. That was the moment Hollywood started plotting against him, the same way the music industry came after DMX. Katt's refusal to bow down meant he got blackballed too. He lost roles, lost opportunities, and the media painted him as crazy, all because he wouldn't bend to their agenda. But unlike DMX, Katt lived to tell his story. And now, he's using his voice to call out Beyonce directly, accusing her of staying silent and hiding the truth about DMX's death. Katt allegedly believes the only way the world will ever know who really killed DMX is if Beyonce finally speaks up and tells the truth. And the people? They're divided as always. Some say Katt is brave for exposing what others are too scared to say, while others think he's stirring up trouble. One commenter even said, "Let's clear that up first," demanding Beyonce stop protecting Jay and start talking about what really went down. DMX was never the type to bow down to anybody, not Diddy, not JayZ, not the so-called gatekeepers of the industry. He stood firm and made it crystal clear in multiple interviews. In one of his most raw moments, X broke down how twisted the business really was and why he refused to play their game. That fearlessness is part of what made him legendary. People don't just remember DMX for his hits, they remember the man behind the music. One fan said, DMX wasn't only a great rapper, he was a poet. He was one of the realest people you could ever listen to, and that voice, man, nobody does it like X did. And that's facts. His music carried pain, truth, and spirit that reached people on a soul level. But now, those same fans are stuck asking the hardest questions. Was JayZ's jealousy really so deep that he played a part in X's downfall? Did Beyonce really sit back and keep quiet, protecting Jay while the truth stayed buried? If even a piece of these allegations is real, then we're looking at one of the darkest secrets in hip-hop history. So I want to know what you think. Do you believe Beyonce is allegedly hiding details about DMX's death? And could JayZ have really been behind it? Or is this just another conspiracy the industry doesn't want us to talk about? Let me know your thoughts in the comments because this debate is about to blow up. And listen, don't just watch and scroll. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications right now because the next story I'm about to break makes this look small. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. I'll see you in the next video.